It's springtime. The birds are chirping, the outdoors looks like a friendly place, and you're ready to go mow that lawn. But when you try to start up your lawnmower, nothing happens. There are 3 most likely reasons that your lawnmower won't start. The first one is to just check the gas and the oil levels and make sure that everything's topped off. The second is that you might have a faulty spark plug that's been damaged that is no longer able to spark and fire up your engine. And the third likely reason that your lawnmower won't start is if your lawnmower has been sitting for a while without being used and you forgot to drain the gas from the gas tank. In this case, that gas can gunk up your carburetor, and your lawnmower won't start until you replace this part. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the spark plug, change the air filter, change out the carburetor, and get your lawnmower working again. And I will specifically be working on a Troy-Bilt TB230 lawnmower with a 725 EXI series 163cc engine. To help me fix my lawnmower, I purchased a lawnmower repair kit from Amazon. This kit comes with 2 air filters, a fuel line hose, the carburetor, and 2 gaskets, an air filter cover, 2 clamps for the fuel hose, a fuel line shutoff valve and filter, and a new spark plug. Here is a complete list of the materials and tools that I used to complete this project. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is replace the spark plug and see if that's the issue that's causing the lawnmower to not start. You'll need to detach the spark plug boot in order to access the spark plug itself. Try to remove it by hand first, but if that doesn't work, you can always grab a pair of pliers and gently squeeze the boot. You don't want to cause any damage to this thing, so just be gentle and give yourself a little bit more leverage as you pull forward and take that boot off. In order to remove this spark plug, I'm going to use my socket wrench and a 5/8 inch socket. You have to use a deep socket, not a regular one, in order to unscrew a spark plug. Once you get it started, you can remove it by hand. Just twist it gently counterclockwise. Taking a look at this spark plug, it doesn't look damaged. It just looks dirty and kind of well-loved, but it doesn't look damaged when you compare it to the new spark plug. So I don't think the spark plug is the reason why the lawnmower won't start, but I'm going to replace it with the new spark plug anyway, just because I have one, and it's good to give your lawnmower a little refresh once in a while. So you're gonna thread this in by turning it clockwise this time. When it gets snug, grab your 5/8 inch deep socket and tighten it up just a little bit. Then you're gonna grab the boot and attach it to the new spark plug. You're gonna push until you hear a click sound, and then it is secure. At this point, I would try the lawnmower again and see if the spark plug was the issue. If it doesn't start, then never fear, just move on to step 3. We are gonna begin accessing the carburetor so we can replace it. The first thing we're gonna do is remove the top cover of the lawnmower. This cover is secured in place with 2 hex screws. I'm using a multi-bit screwdriver and a hex screw bit that's labeled CR-VT25 to remove these screws. Then gently remove the top cover. If you have any trouble removing this cover, there is actually a little plastic lever that fits inside of this slot in the engine block that also secures the cover in place. So just reach in and push on this lever with your fingers until it pops out. And then you should be able to easily remove the top cover. When I'm disassembling something, I like to stay very organized so that reassembly is a piece of cake. So I use little Ziploc bags to help me keep track of any screws and any tools that I used to help me with each step of the project. Once the top cover is off of the lawnmower, you can locate the carburetor in its housing. But you won't be able to access it until you remove the air filter casing. You'll first need to remove the front cover of the air filter by unlatching the fastener at the top. Then the air filter just slides right off. And this exposes the 4 bolts that are holding this air filter cover in place. These 4 bolts are 2 different sizes. So the 2 shiny bolts on the inside, I was able to remove with a 9/32 inch socket bit. And the 2 darker bolts on the outside of the air filter casing, I was able to remove these with a 5/16 socket bit. Once you have all 4 bolts removed, just grab the air filter casing and pull forward. It should slide right off. Don't forget to stay organized while you're disassembling in order to access that carburetor. Make sure that you keep track of all of the bits and bolts and the air filter casing so that reassembly is a breeze. You should be able to see the carburetor now, but in order to remove it, you'll need to disconnect it in 3 locations. The 2 rods at the top of the carburetor will need to be disconnected, as well as the fuel line that runs gas from the gas tank directly into the carburetor. The first you'll need to disconnect is the fuel line, but you should check to see if there's any gas in your tank before you attempt this. If there is gas in the tank, it will spill out as soon as that fuel line is disconnected, so you'll need a container to catch the fuel. I was unsuccessful in disconnecting this fuel line. I tried from both sides, the carburetor side and the fuel tank side, but I could not get it to disconnect. So if you run into this situation too, never fear, I have a solution for you. I ended up removing the entire unit. So the carburetor, the fuel line hose, and the gas tank. I removed the entire thing in order to just get at that carburetor. So to remove the gas tank, you have to remove the engine cover. It's secured in place with 3 bolts. I was able to use my 5/16 socket bit to help me remove these bolts. Remember, anything that you remove will eventually have to be reassembled, so keep track of the tools that you used and don't lose those bolts. The fuel tank has notches cut into it so that it can slide onto the engine block to secure it in place. So to remove the gas tank, all you have to do is grab it and lift up. Now you should be able to remove the carburetor. You're gonna gently pull it forward so that it disconnects from its setting. Then tilt the carburetor upward slightly and work on disconnecting the rod on the top of the carburetor. And to remove the second rod, it will help a lot if you tilt the carburetor on its side, and it should remove easily. Now, in order to remove the old carburetor, you have to disconnect it from the fuel line hose. And remember that I have gas in my fuel tank, so I have some containers ready to catch that fuel when I successfully disconnect it. This was the most frustrating part of the entire project for me. I swear I worked on this thing for over 10 minutes just trying to disconnect it. I tried from both sides, the carburetor side and the fuel tank side, with no success. Until I got this idea of using my feet and legs to try and gain some more leverage. And then I finally had some success. This is just proof that sometimes DIY projects require some creativity. Nothing is impossible. Just keep trying until you find something that works. And if you have gas in your tank, collect it in your containers and remember to dispose of it properly. If you can get the fuel line hose off of your carburetor so that you can reuse it with your new carburetor, please do so. But I was unable to remove mine, so I decided to use the new fuel line hose that came in the lawnmower repair kit that I ordered, and just use the new hose and start from scratch. So here you see me connecting the new fuel hose to the gas tank. And now I'm gonna take one of the hose clamps that came in the kit and use it to secure that hosing in place. Make sure that the screw is facing toward the front of the fuel tank. That way when you reassemble and put the fuel tank back onto the lawnmower, that screw will be easily accessible for you. This particular clamp just requires a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten it up. You'll need to ensure that your new hose is of a similar length as your old hose, so grab your tape measure and give it a quick measure. And then I used a pair of aviation snips in order to cut this hose down to size. It was all I had handy. Whatever you have to cut through this rubber tubing should suffice. Then we need to connect the new carburetor that comes in the kit into the new fuel line hose. But remember, before you connect the carburetor to that hose, you have to get the second clamp onto that hose first. Make sure that the screw on the clamp is facing forward for easy access when you're ready to tighten it up. Then just tighten this clamp down with a Phillips head screwdriver. And then you are ready to install this new carburetor into your lawnmower. Your lawnmower repair kit should come with 2 rubber gaskets. The odd-shaped one goes in the front of the new carburetor, and then the circular one goes towards the back of your new carburetor, and it's gonna sit between your access point and the carburetor itself. So place that circular gasket so that it'll create a nice seal once your carburetor is pressed up against it. When you're installing your new carburetor, it's easier to install the rods in place first because you can tilt the carburetor around into the spots that you need so that you can get those rods in place. To get the rod that runs along the front of the lawnmower in place, it's easier if you tilt the carburetor upwards. And then to get the rod that runs along the side of the lawnmower secured in place, it's easier to tilt the carburetor to the side a little bit. Make sure the air filter hose is above the rods that you just secured. And then you're just gonna push the carburetor onto its hose right up against that rubber gasket. Once that's done, go ahead and wiggle those rods a little bit and just make sure that they are moving freely. And then you are ready to reassemble this lawnmower. If you removed the gas tank, now is the time to put it back. Remember, the metal frame around the engine slides into the little notches that were cut into the gas tank. It just slides into place. Next, you have to secure the engine cover in place with 3 bolts. Then you're gonna reinstall the air filter casing. You need to make sure that the air filter hose gets connected to the back of that casing. And then 4 bolts are used to secure the air filter casing in place. Remember, the 2 darker bolts go on the outside and the 2 shinier ones go on the inside of that air filter casing. Then install the new air filter by lining up the 2 holes on one side with the 2 nubs inside the casing and press it into place. To install the air filter cover, you're gonna line up the 2 prongs on the cover with the 2 openings at the bottom of the air filter casing. Then just lift the cover upwards like a hinge and press it closed until it snaps into place. The last bit of reassembly is you replacing the cover on the lawnmower. Remember, there's a little plastic lever that has to fit into the hole, and then just secure it in place with the 2 hex screws. Before you try this thing and see if your handiwork was successful, remember to check the oil and put some gas in the tank. And then give it a try. Music to my ears. And this project is done. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.